Hello and welcome to Animal World Live on Saturday night here in the middle of the African bush. We've got another exciting episode for you this evening. Of course, we are now getting deep into Painted Dog Month. Live chasing the dog. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Boo, Pam, Barbara, Africa Sky, Rosalind, Cat 3, Danny, Angie, Catherine, Alara Moore, Cheryl, Betty. Great to have you all. Hey, KDG, TGS Widget. Hi, Yuka.
Hi, guys. Happy Painted Dog Month.
Yes, happy Painted Dog Month. And we're getting well into it now. Of course, this is the second weekend of Painted Dog Month. Right. We've got lots of exciting news about the live collaring and lots of events that are happening. But you're going to have to wait till we get into that because we've got to go through what's been happening on the live cams all over the African bush over the last week. So let's go see what's been happening. I forgot it's down there now. I love it.
Followed you.
Oh, hello, baboons.
Bobby.
I wonder if we're going to see our friend with the sore leg.
Yeah. This one was a lot of babies.
A lot of babies. Yeah, so this is right in front of HQ. There's some big baboon troops around. They often let us know when the lions or leopards are around. Hello, Linda. Hello, Alison. Welcome, welcome.
There.
Ah,
you see that one?
Yeah. There's another baby on the ground. Wait for me.
It's so cute. And then the mom comes.
Mom's keeping going. Fix it up. Don't be a naughty child.
This is very cute.
And you can see how incredibly green it is now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is absolutely amazing. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Baboons been here around here for like all the time now, actually, recently.
Yeah, they have been. I mean, they luckily enough, they're very well behaved baboons.
Yeah.
And that's because we don't leave any food lying
outside,
around and rubbish around. So they have no reason to come after us or come try raid our house or whatnot. And that's a very important lesson. If you live in the bush, you can't leave stuff lying around, particularly food.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will get problems with the animals. So, I mean, we have monkeys that sleep in the garden every night. The baboons pass through here.
Especially in the dry season, we have to be careful.
Very, very careful. And oh, thank you, Darcy.
Ah, thank you so much.
We're very lucky here. We do get the occasional mouse.
Yes.
But Chloe sorts that out. Chloe gets very excited. The mice run over Montgomery's head.
So funny to watch them.
Yes, but Monty and Chloe have very different hunting styles. Monty still hasn't caught one though, I don't think. I haven't
No,
seen him
Monty
catch one.
freeze actually when he actually sees a mouse. It's so cute.
Yeah, so very important, and that's one of the most important lessons you learn when you live out in the bush, and how to live in harmony with the animals around here, not having to fight with them. And most of the onus is on us to be more responsible and respectful of the environment we're in. Okay, let's see what else has been out. Well, back at Pridelands, nighttime. Oh, a civet. A civet coming to visit the Pridelands waterhole. They are such stunning creatures. Now, not only is the civet... Whoa! I got a fright.
So cute.
As I said, not only do they come for a drink, I think at this time of the year, they're also looking for a bit of food. Frogs and insects. Lots of insects attract around the water. You might have heard there was a toad making a noise behind us a second ago.
It's having a nice drinks now.
Darcy, have I seen Kumo recently on Pridelands? I actually saw him on Kwenga next door.
Oh wow,
Yesterday
nice.
I saw Kumo.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a very nice sighting of him down on the Mutlabetsi River. Alarmo, it is not a frog. It is a frog, but not a duck, and not an alarm call. It's a frog making a noise. The civet off the other camera, obviously the same evening, I think, same sighting.
It's actually different nights.
Different nights.
But it can be the same individual, just casually.
You're going
visiting
to
us.
start counting the spot patterns.
Yo, imagine. Now the civet after leopard
But
and
speaking about
lions.
spot patterns, how the ID kit's coming along?
It's done. I put it on the archives now, so it's
Okay.
officially done.
For those of you on the app, there's some ID kits that are going to be coming out quite soon of the lions and leopards of Pridelands. Quite exciting. So if you will make them available on the app, so keep a lookout there. Okay, let's see what else has been out and which camera is up next. Oh, what is that? Hyena. It's a hyena having a swim here. Oh, the HQ waterhole's been
Busy,
very
yeah.
busy.
Very busy.
Oh, that hyena's having a wonderful swim. Must have been one of those really hot
4:30 in the morning.
hot days.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some of those days a couple of weeks. When was this? Yeah, it was
Yeah, must have been one of those hot days, yeah.
Yeah, it was the 8th. Wasn't that? Yeah, that was really
Yeah,
hot.
8th, yeah, the Sunday, yeah.
The Sunday was very
Yeah.
hot. So over 40 degrees during the day. So hyena having an early morning cool
Swim.
down. Now, of course, we got Egyptian geese. Hyena again. Right, now when was this? This is the next day at 6:30 in the morning. Geese running away. Hyena going for another swim. Now, of course, hyenas love water.
Yeah.
And they also will use water to hide food from other hyenas. So I wonder in the darkness, did that one not put some food in there?
And came to collect it
And
now.
came to collect. No, maybe not. No, I think he's just having a cool off.
Enjoying it though.
Yeah, it was
6
a
as
hot
well.
day the next day as well. Really hot day. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what's up next. So Pridelands has been very busy. Here comes leopard.
Yep.
Leopard.
This
yeah,
is the one, yeah.
This, I'm sure this is the. It looks like a female. It is a female, or maybe a young male.
I was so excited.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. When was this now?
That was the night.
Oh yes, you saw it here.
Yeah,
yes,
at the
you saw
down.
it from the garden.
Yeah, through the camera we also saw.
Oh, you saw it through the
Yeah.
camera. I was wondering. I was away then. I just got the message the next day. Oh, wonderful, guys. That is great. Now, I wonder which female that is.
The old animals going crazy in these videos. Like, I think it was squirrels also alarming.
Squirrels alarming,
Yeah.
guinea fowls, impala,
Monkeys.
monkeys. Well, it's nice to see that the cats are starting to use this waterhole more and more. I think they've got used to us living here now.
This was the first time we got a leopard on this camera.
Yeah,
I
so
believe.
this is the first leopard on Pridelands live cam. Yeah. No,
definitely.
is it? No, it is.
In the Prideland, yes,
Yes,
yeah.
it definitely is.
So it's very, very cool.
Hello, Ray. at that, isn't it? Oh, thirsty leopard.
Yeah, quite tough.
Dab on, how long has this cam been up for? A couple of months. And off she goes. I'm pretty sure that's a little female hair. I don't think it's a young male.
I wonder who she is.
Could be Pixie Pan.
I think
She
so.
does come up this side from
That'd
time
be
to
cool.
time. Yeah. Indeed, beautiful, Steph. Dab on Yit. I'm loving this cam. I have to check it every day. Thank you. Our pleasure. We're glad you're enjoying the Pridelands Ellie cam. Okay, Wimpy, let's see if it's Pridelands Ellie cam up again. No, we're now back at Rietspruit Reserve with the white rhino having a drink at Boskamp with the magnificent Drakensberg in the background, isn't it? Wonderful. Now will there be some... Those rhinos are very, very happy now that the rain has come. Lots of grass around. Oh, he's spraying, scent marking, territorial spraying. I think that's number 7. What's it, 17? I always get confused.
The number.
Yeah, which number I know it is.
I always check my phone for the picture.
And see the ear notches.
Yeah, I always cheat.
Oh, thank you, Indigo Girl. Well, if any of you haven't watched Tale of Two Mothers, you should go watch that as well. Yeah, so really great. So far we've had such great hyena, leopard, rhino.
Lots of activities.
I wonder what's next.
Yeah. Back to elephant camp.
Back to elephant camp. Oh, that is a Warburg's eagle being bombed by, it looks like a little accipiter, like a Gabar goshawk. You see that white rump as he comes through.
It's so quick. I was also trying to find out.
So I'm pretty sure it is a Gabar goshawk. I think VM's going to do a bit of slowing down here now and try to catch him. Oh, he's so fast.
So fast. You gonna get this?
So if we have a look in slow-mo, what we're looking for to tell what little raptor it is attacking the Warburgs is it'll be that white rump. Oh, there we go.
So quick.
But you can see the white rump there immediately, even on that speed. I'm pretty sure that's a little Gabar goshawk bombing a Warburg. That's a great sighting.
Yeah.
That's an incredible sighting.
Yeah.
Now, normally a Gabar goshawk would probably be moving away. So I wonder if the Gabar goshawk doesn't have a nest down in the fever trees near the water there. It could be very possible. There we go. We're going to have a look again now. So I can see we're in slow-mo. Warburg shaking its head. And there, see that's Gabar goshawk.
Oh wow, yeah,
see the white rump?
Clearly.
There we go.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. So a little Gabar goshawk. Unimpressed with the Warburg's eagle. Pam is wondering if Vim's got mongooses. There's almost always a mongoose in the live.
Every week.
Whether it's a slender or a dwarf, there's always seems to be a mongoose in the live cam highlights. So let's see. Pam, have you predicted Vim's mongoose choosing? Well, actually, you can bubbles. A parade of elephants back on Pridelands.
It's stunning with all the sunlight.
Beautiful. Late afternoon. Hello, boys.
Yeah, nice tusks as well.
It's going to be a nice tusker. On a mission, that lot you can see he's already had a mud bath somewhere else.
Splash already.
Isn't that wonderful? Joe, Prideland's been busy.
Busy, yeah. I told the old ones, I'm like, this is a goodie.
I think so. There more.
Week. No, I don't think so.
I think
don't
there
know.
might be. Where's the mongoose film?
Oh no.
Oh no! There's no mongoose this week. Oh dear.
Sorry, guys.
Wimpy, are we done with live cams? Oh no, there's more. We're at the 6-sided waterhole. Warthogs, giraffe. I always love it. It also looks like little boys. Or is it girls? No, that's a boy on the left. It might be a little bachelor group. Gabriel, at the moment I think we've got 6 or 7 cameras up live, but hopefully over the future we're going to have quite a few more up in the not too distant future.
This is cool.
Okay, we're going to jump straight from the giraffes into the next live cam, which could be the giraffes from a different angle. No, it's gnus.
Gnu.
A nice herd of wildly beasts.
Windy.
Very windy. Everything's always a little bit cautious because the lions like to hang around this waterhole a lot. And actually the cheetah.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot from this waterhole, so. Yeah, quite a lot of them
There's
there.
a nice herd of wildebeest. Indeed, Steph, the view is changing. It's amazing how green everything is over the last couple of months with the weather bringing us some rain. Exactly, Pam. The one time we expect mongoose, there are no mongoose. I always expect mongoose, Pam. Yep, a gang of gnus indeed. And that is it for live cams. And of course, today we have one of our favorite things up next, and that is your pictures that you've sent to us in the app. So up first, I think, is Julie McInnes. So
Excited?
let's have
see.
a look what Julie has got for us. Oh,
Whoa,
beautiful, Julie. So Julie in Ngorongoro Crater in September last year. A beautiful black rhino.
Very cool. Nice horns that
Very
still got.
nice horns. But quite unusual there because look how high tall the back horn is in comparison
very
to
big
the
ones, yeah.
front horn. Yeah, so that's incredible. What a wonderful capture of such a special animal, Julie.
Very beautiful shot.
Okay, and up next is Amanda. Oh no, Sven. Sorry, I got it wrong.
Yeah,
And little
so
bush
cool.
babies. Is that? Oh, it's a mom
Wow.
carrying a baby.
No way, that's
In
very
Wildlife
cool.
Park, so on the edge of Kruger. So great shot there, Sven.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. We actually have some bush babies living in the tree over here, and then Amanda, a nice Kruger bull in the green.
Nice.
Now that looks like you're up north somewhere, with the shrub mapani around.
Does he having a mud on the tusk?
Yeah, nice big blob of mud on the tusk. So beautiful shot, Amanda.
That's very cool.
Okay. Gibak.
Look at
Chitwa
this.
Chitwa in November 2019. Now that, if I remember correctly, she is the mom of all the pups. She's the matriarch of the... I can't remember the name of the pack, but the pack that denned in the Manyeleti this year.
Okay.
So she's seen quite often in southern Manyeleti or Manyeleti and the northern Sabi sands.
Sure.
And what a wonderful, wonderful picture, Gibak, and a great one to end on, since it is, of course, Painted Dog Month. Yes. Now, that has been great. Now, we've got, as I said, a bumper show for you this Saturday night. And we're going to say bye to Yuka.
Bye, Brent.
Bye, Yuka. And Yuka's going to go hand off her mic pack to our first special guest. And those of you who've been watching our social media. Everyone got me? Am I back? Okay. Okay, sorry about that. We're having some mic pack difficulties. Zander and Brian will figure them out. And as I said, we've got... VM says, yeah, it's been one of those days. We can't wait to see what goes wrong next today. So our first guest tonight is waiting for Zander to see if they can fix the other mic pack. Testing?
No, testing.
Brian, you're getting second mic pack? Okay. Let us do this. Let's do this. Let's put the mic pack in the middle. Always, we can make a plan. It's one of the joys of being live. There we go. Everyone should be able to hear. How's that? Sound good? Okay, well, let's move it there a bit. Come, well, welcome. Anton,
hello,
nice to have you here. Sorry about the technical difficulties tonight.
Not at all.
Oh, no, I'm pushing wrong buttons. Okay, I'm back. So everyone who hasn't met Anton before, this is Anton from EcoTraining and from Pridelands.
How's it, Brent? Hi, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so Anton's going to be telling us a little bit about the year course that EcoTraining offers for those who want to come out and spend a year in Africa and become a field guide. So you've got a new course starting in January.
Yeah, that's right. Our year course is our sort of premier course for EcoTraining. It's been running for many, many years. We run 5 groups a year. It starts in January. And the unique selling points are really about the diversity of venues and the different trainers that offer different expertise at different stages in the course.
Thank you very much, Boo. So everyone, a lot of hellos and welcomes from Catherine, Grumpy Old Man, Pam, Boo. Everyone's just saying, how's it? Hello, Anton. Lots of nice hellos coming in.
Hello, everyone.
So I mean, well, a lot of the people here know some of your trainers quite well. Taylor McCurdy and Magic Mike.
No, we've got a wonderful team of staff, from the trainers to the camp staff to all the backup in the office. People very dedicated to spreading the word of environmental education and guiding standards. So it's a pleasure to be here and represent that team.
And one of the most incredible things is that the diversity of the areas you get to visit on the year course.
Exactly. So our typical one-year course will take you from Salati Game Reserve to Pridelands Game Reserve up to Karongwe Game Reserve. Then you go over to Botswana, into Mashatu, and then up into Northern Kruger. So you'll be between 4 or 5 different camps in South Africa and Botswana. And then during your lodge attachment, you'll get experience at one of the lovely lodges around Southern and East Africa. So there's no course like it anywhere else, in that it's in-depth, it's highly accredited, and you get exposure to all these wonderful areas.
I was just up in Mukureki recently. It's one of the most special parts of the world. And we got to do some walking, absolutely incredible. So, I mean, just the things you get to do on the course. I mean, what you cover, you'll cover first aid, you'll cover obviously all the trees and the bushes and the guiding and...
Yeah, so exactly. I mean, I actually noted down here just to follow what you would basically do. You do wilderness medicine, level 1 and 2. You do nature site guiding, which is the Fagasa and Katsita qualification. You'll do firearms proficiency. You'll do the Fagasa advanced rifle training. You'll do the Fagasa apprentice trails guide. You'll do the EcoTracker tracks and tracking. And then also the EcoTracker trailing certificate.
And learning how to drive off-road, as we can see what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly. So all the different components of allowing you to become a professional guide. And then basic birding and advanced birding. And, that's done in a very practical format. We live in the bush in unfenced tented camps, and we go out for 6 or 8 hours a day on walks and game drives. Early morning, heading off for a walk, focusing on tracking or some wonderful adventure, and then coming back for a hearty breakfast, doing a lecture every day, and then after tea going back into the bush until sunset, or if you're doing a nighttime activity similar to a safari lodge, you'll stay out and go and look for those beautiful nocturnal animals. And so it's a combination of living in a safari camp as well as being in an educational environment.
And then another, as I said, the diversity of the areas you get to visit and the diversity of the trainers.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've always found you can learn from everyone. And being able to learn from multiple different trainers who are experts in different things. Because as you know, and I've guided for a long time, someone's going to know flowers, one of your friends, and someone's going to be birds, and someone's going to be a big mammals. So it's always great that you're able to learn from a hugely diverse section of guides and whatnot to help find your little special niche that you might want to focus on if you decide to go and become a guide.
That's very right, Brent. I really believe in human development and the uniqueness of individual people. And we focus a lot on making everyone feel welcome. And with the diversity of trainers we have, you can relate to different people. Certain people connect differently. So it's about biodiversity, it's about multi-personality leadership, but it's also about recognizing trainees as individuals and allowing them to develop into the best guides they can possibly be. And for those that just want to do it for life experience, a lot of those skills are very relevant to any human being wanting to make sense of this hurly-burly world and wanting to basically develop their understanding and knowledge of the environment.
So, Patty, is there still a need for so many guides, is Patty's question.
Yeah, so I think that's a wonderful question. So my stepsister, who's a PhD marine biologist, asked me once who should do eco-training. And I said to her outright, sincerely, everybody should do eco-training. And she gave me a bit of a chuckle. And Patty, my answer to your question is answered with a question. Should any mother or father raise a child without understanding the natural environment? Should any politician lead a party or a country without understanding the environment? Should any business leader or financial trader make influential decisions without understanding the impact on the environment? So remember, our mission for the last 27 years at EcoTraining, as we've trained about 13,000 people in 11 countries over the last 27 years, is not just to train professional guides, but it's to create a generation of guardians, of environmentally conscious citizens that go on and make a difference for the environment, for the biodiversity, that cannot speak for themselves. So we speak about guides not just as safari guides, we use that as a metaphor for leadership in life. So we encourage people to all be guides in their own sphere of influence.
And then Mars would like to know, what is the oldest participant you've had on the year course?
I can't remember exactly. I've had the privilege of being involved for the last 23 years. So we've certainly had people in their 70s on courses. I can't remember if that was a Fagasa 1 or a Trails Guide course, but certainly 60s, 70s around there. And some of the people, have been completely fit and strong at that age, of course, and they put some of the younger ones
to shame.
And, others have come back at different stages in life because our mission is to create guides and guardians. And, some people have been back to eco-training courses 8 or 9. Or there's a lady in Europe that's been back 12 or 13 times on different courses. Yeah.
There we go. Darcy-Ann agrees with your answer there, 100%, Anton.
Thank you.
And also, Pam, exactly. Not everyone becomes a guide, but it's the frogs again. But again, it's a great experience, and it's a way to spend a year in the bush. Now, of course, if the year course isn't for you, there's a whole host of other courses if you don't have that amount of time, etc., that you can also have a look at.
That's right, Brent. If to anybody who's listening, I'm sure you feel, particularly with COVID and in general the way the world has moved, there's a disconnect between modern humanity and nature. And I just encourage you all to have a look at what EcoTraining does, because there's a program for each person, whether it's tracking or EcoQuest or trails guiding, or, whether you want to immerse yourself in a very high qualification course, or if you just want to do it for life purpose and sort of recalibrating your life. There's definitely a place for everyone in nature, and we see ourselves as a safe facilitator, as a sensitive facilitator between modern people and the natural environment, which we're all naturally part of.
There we go. Indigo Girls wants to know about the bush medicine courses.
Yeah, so Indigo Girl, we've got different trainers that have specific knowledge and skills in that field. So some of our African trainers have grown up in rural communities where they've lived in close contact with using plants for medicinal and food purposes. So that comes through strongly in that way. And we've also got some of our trainers who've actually spent time with Inyangas and Sangomas, the medicine men of African culture. And so we learned ancient ways in which plants can be used. We don't have a standalone bush medicine course, but it does get integrated into different aspects of the longer courses.
Rosalind, what age can you actually legally become a guide?
So in South Africa, in order to guide, you need to be 21 years old, because you get your public driver's permit, which allows you to guide people on a vehicle. There's a bit of a misunderstanding and a bit of a human folly where people leave school and then they get told not to go for training because you can only get a job when you're 21 years old. I think that's a bit short-sighted. I think if you know what you're about and you want to get into something, you should follow it with all your heart and all your soul and get stuck in early. And you know, there's different types of guiding that you'd be able to do that is not vehicle-based. You might be doing, walking guiding on a marine coastal island. You might be doing mountain bike guiding. You might be doing horseback guiding before you have to take people on an open vehicle. So rather follow your passion as early on in life. And remember, there's a difference between qualified and competent.
Yes.
And we'd like to build up competency and then bring on the qualifications when you're legally old enough to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah. So always work towards the goal within the legal parameters.
Grumpy Old Man says, at my age, the back of my driver's license has a list of organs that I need. Sorry, Grumpy. A gentle stroll down the riverbed might be okay then.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a place in the sun for everyone, Grumpy Old Man. Just watching the waterhole at Pridelands will be good for the organ of your heart.
Here we go. Sir 50, does the certified courses cover the requirements to be a guide throughout the entire continent of Africa?
So that's a fair question, and the short answer is no. Each country, as its own legal jurisdiction, tends to have its own guiding qualifications. And as is true with a lot of developing countries, you start off with an unregulated environment to a self-regulated environment to a regulated environment. And EcoTraining has the widest footprint of guide training in Africa, that's for certain. We've trained from Gabon to Jordan in the Middle East to Kakadu in Australia and mostly in East and Southern Africa. So we integrate with the powers that be in those particular regions. So for example, we've worked with the Koyaki Guide School, a European Union project in the Masai Mara, to help develop bronze and silver curriculum for the Kenyan Professional Safari Guides Association qualifications. We also are accredited by the Botswana Qualifications Authority in that country. And then in South Africa, for example, we work under FIGASA, the Field Guides Association of Southern Africa, as well as the government accredited body, which is something called CATSITA, which is effectively South African qualifications. So in each region, you need to get your local ticket. But again, let's think and separate between competency, understanding, and qualification. If you understand the environment and you understand animal behavior, you've got that in the bag. You can take that to most parts of the world if you have that understanding. And then you can regularize your qualification from a strong position wherever you need to work. And I encourage you to do that because it's actually fun to learn more and to get more qualifications. Yeah.
Indigo Girl wants to know, what about the field cooking, I'm assuming, and hygiene? I think she's worried about the showers and the food.
Yeah, so, we've got different camps. We've got a big footprint of camps. We are currently running courses in the Masai Mara in Kenya. When we're busy, we run courses in Zimbabwe and Vic Falls, Mashatu in Botswana, and then 4 camps in South Africa. So depending on the area, we like to source local food, and we always concern ourselves with giving people a good nutritional balanced diet while they're on course. And we do also access local food for people who would like to taste that. Everything from maize meal, millipap, to mapani worms.
And my favorite, Shanghai cabbage.
Maroch. Yeah. So yeah, it's good to combine normal, if I may use the term, sort of Western food, conventional Western food with what's available locally. But we always, and especially under COVID, take special care when it comes to proper supplies, proper hygiene, and proper standards in food preparation and storage.
And of course, if you're worried, there are hot showers. You don't have to worry about that. You will get a hot shower unless you're on a sleep out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if you had to go to Makaleki, we've got very comfortable.
You don't want
tents.
a hot shower. You want a cold shower. It's really hot up there.
In winter, it gets cold. But, you'll sleep comfortably. It's thatch roofs, tented units on wooden decks with ensuite showers and toilets. Every unit's got its own ensuite bathroom. And then our more rustic camps, like the current Pridelands camp, and for example, Mashatu, we've just got dome tents, and then you've got shared showers and shared toilet facilities, but they've all got hot and cold running water. So each camp has got its own character, and you can pick and choose time of year, type of course, type of facilities that work best for you.
So we've got France Vayers here. It says, "Hi Anton, great to see you. I did my course 18 years back. We combined it half in the Sabi Sands and the rest in Krongwe. You're doing an awesome job. Keep well."
That's very kind. We take great heart from hearing from people who have done EcoTraining. In fact, it's France, you're the reason why we do this. Sincerely from my heart, it's great to hear from you and others like you. I was sitting in Hoedspruit last week, and a lady.
I was with you.
You were with me.
Yeah, I was with you.
And she walked up and she said, "Hi, are you Anton?" And I said, "Yep." And she said, "I did EcoTraining, I think it was 20 years ago." And she said, thanks to this course, she actually changed her life and moved to Africa, and she's involved in tourism. And Yuka, who preceded me, is another EcoTraining qualified champion, and I'm inspired by everyone who we've come into contact with. I just wish, my greatest wish is that we can create a global generation of environmental champions, such as Yuka and France and all these wonderful people. We need to reach the world with a high level of consciousness towards the environment, and then to be able to take action on a much broader stage than just nature guiding. It's about a future way of life for the world.
Indigo, there is normal, what we would say, Western food in the camps as well, but they will be mixed up. But yes, there are online courses. Just go have a look at the EcoTraining website. You'll find the online courses there where you can actually do your book work and then come do your practical later. Now, obviously, the very good news that we got this week is that in South Africa, we're waiting for final confirmations. But if you present with negative COVID-19 test, you are able to travel to South Africa, even if you are coming from one of the high-risk countries.
That's right, Brent. I mean, I feel emotional just being reminded of that. You know, our President, Cyril Ramaphosa, announced a few days ago exactly what Brent just said. And I think, we've all been impacted by COVID, and I have empathy for everybody around the world. But I must say, I really believe being in the natural environment is always one of the best places to be. But even under COVID conditions, I think people are well and safe, and
social distancing's the norm.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's probably, if you think about it, one of the best places to be in the world. And so we really do encourage you to be courageous, to be cautious, but to be courageous and get back out into the wilderness in your own countries and in South Africa. Come and join an EcoTraining course, and we'll look after you.
Here we go. Well, thank you so much, Anton. We do have one last really nice video to show everyone. And then we're going to have Derek Van de Merwe from the Endangered Wildlife Trust joining us shortly. But thank you for joining us, Anton. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Brent. Appreciate everything and all the best to you guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We've been following the dogs since first light this morning. They've given us a massive run around. They've already killed an impala. Good morning from a misty Lapalala wilderness. We are very, very excited to be here for the release, the live release of the Lapalala pack of dogs. We've relocated the dogs. It looks like they've already made a kill. Hello and welcome. Now you can see I'm looking quite strange with earphones coming out of everywhere, and that's because our special guest tonight is all the way in Pretoria and is going to be chatting to us via the interwebs. So hello, Derek.
Good evening, Brent. Good evening, Brent. Yeah, it's been about a month since I last saw you, and lots has happened.
Yeah, there has been a lot happening, and obviously we did the wild dog release, the live release, but as we know with anything conservation, not everything always goes according to plan. And I know you've got a little bit about the dog.
Yes, Brent. We've had a busy month. Unfortunately, the pack has been quite naughty and
Sorry, Derek, we're having a bit of a technical problem. Vim's going to try to fix it now, so they're just back on me for a second. I'm on Mongoose. Vim. There's a Mongoose 5G. Sorry, guys. Okay, I've been told to change things. I'll be back in a second. Okay, let's see if this works. Sorry about this, everyone. The joys of live, multiple distance. I mean, Derek's probably a couple of 100 kilometers away. There we go. How's that looking, Vim? Is that better? Derek, can you hear me again? I can hear you. We're just waiting for confirmation from Vim. He's tuning things, but anyway, we'll be having Derek back in a few seconds. We're just waiting for Vim to do his technical magic there in the background. Well, I can see what. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. We're going to try to sort this all out. Kurt, excellent question. Maybe we'll have to do it every year. Painted Dog Month in November. Bye, Boo. Hopefully you can catch up. Okay, we're going to try chat to Derek. Let's see how we're going. Hello, Derek.
How's it, Brent? Is that a little bit better?
Is that better, Vim? Looks like it's working. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm getting confused. Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, you've got a bit of an update about the Lapalala pack of dogs, and unfortunately, it's not the best. It's not what we were really hoping for.
No, Brent. We released the dogs. I think it was on the 4th of October, and they've managed to break out for 5 times since then. So they've been keeping us really busy on our toes. We managed to get them back on 4 occasions using a chopper, but it's been quite a costly exercise. And unfortunately, on Monday, the dominant male line of the reserve killed the alpha male of the pack. So we're very, very sad about that. But it's nature. What's happened after. So.
No, I can hear you. So don't worry. I'm looking at the other camera, not at the camera on the laptop. So I'm listening to you, but I'm looking over there. So if I'm not looking at you, it means I can hear you, but I'm looking at our main camera. Oh, technology. Everything is working much better. Okay. Yeah. So, and that means that the pack has now been put back into the boma.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pack broke out on Sunday night, and then we moved them back in. On Sunday, we moved them back in on Sunday. And then on Sunday evening, late Monday morning, actually, that's when the lion got hold of the alpha male of the pack. If you looked at his tracks, the whole pack was still sleeping when that lion got hold of him. And it was very unfortunate, The pack's done extremely well. I mean, they've hunted buffalo, which has been unreal. The alpha female's been chasing off leopards, and we managed to witness that from the air, which was absolutely incredible. And the pack was thriving, but unfortunately, if you know the history of the pack, the whole pack is related, and I mean everyone, all of the pups and the youngsters come from the alpha pair, and now we've lost the alpha male, so we've been putting in a very difficult situation. Generally, what happens in the wild in this situation is the pack will split up. The females will leave with the youngsters, and the males will leave and look for new males and females. But yeah, so we've been put in a very difficult situation, and we had to move all the dogs back into the boma.
Now, and the reason that you move them back into the boma is because this particular pack is so vitally important for wild dog conservation in Southern Africa because of their genetics being so different from the other dogs.
Yeah, actually, there's some good news at the end of the tunnel. We haven't used this pack or this area's genetics in the rest of the South African meta population or across Africa. So, it's going to give us the first opportunity to actually move either the males or the females out and pass on these genes, which are, you need 1,000 mammals to have a genetically genetically sound population of mammals, and we've only got between 5,500 and 6,500 wild dogs left in Africa. And even in South Africa, we're sitting at about 550 wild dogs. So, it's going to give us just an opportunity to use these genes elsewhere and increase the genetic pool. So, yeah, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. But, yeah, we're very, very upset. But, yeah, everyone will be happy to know all the pups are still alive.
That's great.
And it's just been incredibly, incredibly special to witness these dogs over the last month. And they are a very, very special pack and crept into my heart even further. And, it's just been amazing and a very sad outcome. But that's what it is. These dogs, that's what makes them so difficult to conserve. They want to utilize very wide open spaces, and we struggle to put them on fenced reserves, unfortunately.
That is the thing. They need such massive home ranges to be able to sort of keep going. And here we go. Pam, it wouldn't really be viable the way they were. Pam would like to know, Derek, if you could split them for the next release. Yes, now there would definitely be splitting to try split those genetics and maybe introduce some of those genetics into a larger area.
Yeah, definitely. Look, that's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, it has left us with a difficult situation because we cannot actually release this pack as they are, because obviously it'll lead to inbreeding. Having one of the younger males will take over, and we can't have the younger male breeding with its mom. It's generally, it does sometimes happen in nature, and one generation is all right, but as soon as you go into 2 generations, it becomes a problem. So yeah, it's a difficult situation, but it gives us an opportunity to use these genes elsewhere.
Exactly, but I mean, also the other thing is that if the pack was released again now, the likelihood of them actually staying in the safe space is unlikely, because they're going to need to go out to try find other packs to try, or other dispersal dogs to try form new packs with.
No, you spot on, Brent. As I said earlier, what will happen in a normal situation now is these dogs will disperse. The males will leave off in one direction, and the females will leave with a pup in the other direction to search for other dispersals. Unfortunately, in the Waterberg, there are very few dogs. There are a few other dogs running around, but they generally establish packs and they're not dispersal groups. So it is a very difficult situation. So that's why it's probably better for us to move these dogs elsewhere, or particularly one of the sexes. But yeah, we are very sad, and it's put us in a difficult situation. But yeah, we have to grab while they're back in the boma, they're in the naughty corner. We have to gather our thoughts and come up with a plan for the. It's for the dogs at the end of the day. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Now, the interesting thing is that, Derek, on tomorrow night, what time is under? I'll just check. But the full 7:30 tomorrow night, the full episode of the story of the dogs up until their release is going to be going out on the Painted Dog YouTube channel. So remember to catch that. You as well. You're in it.
No, Brent, I'm very excited to see that. I think it's been an absolute privilege and an honor to see these pups growing up. And, I've learned so much from your cameras at the den, and it's really opened my eyes to wild dogs sometimes I felt a bit invasive witnessing what we did, and we were actually very, very privileged to see. And, it's thanks to you guys, and also the following's been absolutely amazing. And I just want to say to your fans a big thanks as well. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news tonight, but that's how wild dog conservation goes.
And the one thing we hear is we will always be honest with you about the problems that face the animals we care about. We're not trying to hide anything, and we have to realize that this is not an easy thing to try protect species and to conserve them for the long term. So we will always show you the good and the bad here at Painted Dog TV. We're not going to lie to you and pretend everything is hunky-dory when it's not. Okay, so there's a very good question here coming in. It's sort of the same. Betty, is there a possibility of bringing a new male to join that pack? And Vicky, how is a new alpha male for a pack chosen?
Yeah, Brent, that's a very good question. And, unfortunately, it's very difficult in this situation, because we cannot just bring one alpha male in, because unfortunately the pups are already quite big. And just to let you all know, you probably don't know, but it looks like the split of the pups is 9 males and 2 females.
Oh, dear.
And the young males will actually give that the new male that you bring in, a lot of grief, and probably not accept him into the pack. So, it's a difficult one. But what we'll have to do is probably bring a whole bunch of males, 4 or 5 males, so they're a bit of a bigger group, and then rebond them to these females, and then release that pack back into a safe area. So that's what we'd have to do. But yeah, you wish it was as simple as it is, but sometimes it just isn't as simple as that.
And that's why we're very, very proud to work with guys like Derek from Endangered Wildlife Trust, who are doing the really hard work. And just in terms of educating people about wild dogs, even with the surrounding farmers, that because of all the sort of hype we've had around this pack, and all the focus we've had on them with EWT, with Lapalala, that they now will hopefully phone in if they do get wild dogs on their property, rather than shooting them on site. And that's a bit of education, and there's definitely, slowly but surely, we're getting a better response from farmers who probably traditionally would have shot them even as short as 5 years ago.
Yeah, definitely, Brent. I just want to let your viewers know that, we've actually collared another pack in the area, and we've subsequently found out that they have had a litter of pups. So they're 4 adults and 7 pups, which is a nice sized pack in the Waterberg. And just this week, after receiving the terrible news on Monday, we managed to collar another pack up in northern Limpopo, close to Messina.
Oh, wow.
So, for us, it's creating a lot. We educating farmers, we're working with them very closely. And, just from this other pack in the Waterberg, the farmers are becoming far more tolerant to these species, and they're actually getting excited about them. They can't wait when they're on their properties, which is a huge step towards what we were a couple of years ago. And I think there's something to be celebrated here as well. This Waterberg population was down to 5 individuals in 2017. We're now sitting with 39 individuals, which to me is actually a healthy population up there. So, it's actually great news that we can take dogs out of the Waterberg at the moment.
Oh, Danny says they were lucky enough to see 25 plus wild dogs in Kruger today. Well done, Danny. So Janet would like to know, so eventually the females of the pack would go off to find new males, and the males would go look for new females.
Yes, that's 100% correct, Janet. That's how wild dogs have been spreading their genes over many, many generations. Generally, when a pack starts getting too big, there'll either be too many males, or a male bias pack, or a female bias pack, and either the males or females will then split and disperse from the pack. They're generally a whole lot of younger ones, and then they'll look for other single-sex groups of the opposite sex, and they'll start off a new pack in a new area. So that's how wild dogs have been doing it for generations, and that's how they've prevented inbreeding. It's absolutely incredible. And you know what? The distances these dogs run or go to find new packs is incredible. We've had records of dispersals up to 600 kilometers. Even out of the Waterberg, we've had records of dogs moving into Zimbabwe and Botswana.
Unbelievable.
So, Janet, 100% correct. Yes.
So that's really, really awesome, man. Well, Derek, thanks so much for joining us. I think we're going to let you get back to your Saturday evening and not steal too much more of your time. But thank you very much for keeping us up to date on the Lapalala dogs. And I'm sure we will be seeing you again as we continue with Painted Dog Month. Very exciting. And thanks so much, Derek.
Thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for opening these dogs to the rest of the world. We really appreciate it.
Cool. Well, chat soon. Cheers, Derek. Okay, everyone, we're back here. Now, we do have a few little videos to show you of what's coming up. And so we've got... Oh, sorry, what was that, VMP? Aha! So, as I said, we've got some very, very, very exciting news coming up. And now, not that long ago, quite a lot of us here at the team got to run off and go help Grant from EWT and Ben and Joel, the vets, do some wild dog capture in the Lowveld. And it was a very, very strange capture. And the first time I've ever caught dogs like this. And sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. There was a monster elephant fight just behind Brian's back there at the fence. Hey, that's what it's like to live out in the bush. You get to hear things like that. Yeah, so very exciting. So that will be premiering next week, Sunday, 7:30. Obviously, tomorrow night will be the full Lapalala dog story, which we're now going to have to go make a second part of to find out what happens to them next. Now, we've been talking about at the end of Painted Dog Month, we're going to be finishing off with a live wild dog collaring. We now have a date, and there's going to be a lot of information coming out over the next couple of days about that. It will be on the 6th of December. The 6th of December will be the date that we will be doing a live wild dog collaring, and we will be letting you know about the time, exact time, closer to the time, because we can't actually tell you when, but we might be live for a couple of hours during that day while we look for the pack, find the pack. So this will be a world first, and you have a chance to help fund this initiative by becoming one of the donors and sponsors of that. And as I said, a lot more information on that. If you want to get more information that you can share with your companies or corporates who might want to get involved, please send us an email to info@painteddog.tv and we will get you all those details. But very, very exciting. And again, another world first from the Painted Dog TV crew, and a very exciting world first in aid of our favorite creatures, African painted dogs. I'm so excited, I actually want to start jumping up and down right now. But yes, I'm going to have to wait till the 6th of December before I can get really, really excited. And that'll be one of the 9 packs needing collars in this area. And as I said, if you want to get involved in the long term with helping with these type of projects, please just pop us an email and we'll get you all that information. So exciting. Let me just check that I haven't forgotten anything. I don't get shouted at by Xander. And yes, Christmas Teespring will be coming out shortly. We'll have it ready before December starts, of course, so there'll be lots of cool Christmas merch coming from the incredibly talented Brian Joubert, who's also the cameraman this evening, and of course a big thank you to Led Lenser and the Steenbach family, Anton, who was our guest today, Pridelands and EcoTraining. Okay, and of course our whole Painted Dog team, who wouldn't be possible to bring you out all this epic content as much as we do. Sorry, there's been a glitch with the credits, so to our patrons, apologies, some of the names might not be there, but we haven't forgot you, and you will be on the next one, we promise. It seems like it's a computer glitch with the updated Patreon list, so apologies about that. We will rectify it very, very quickly. But from the lovely, luscious, green, warm Lowveld of South Africa on the amazing Pridelands Reserve, good night from the Painted Dog TV pack. Hello and welcome to your very own private live virtual safari. Julie, the baboons do not bother us in camp.
Thank you for showing us the elephants. That was amazing to see.
Barbara, we haven't actually seen Pixie Pan and her cubbies for a while. We had tracks before the rain. Now, is that a girl or a boy, Pumba? Who can tell me? Have a guess, guys.
It's a girl.
Ah, it is indeed a girl. How do you know it's a girl?
I don't know, my intuition.
Oh, giraffe. I told you I heard something. It's a giraffe.